Have you ever felt overwhelmed and overstimulated so early in the day you feel exhausted before even eating breakfast? I have. Have you ever felt like your heart is racing and your head is spinning, looking at all the things out of place, the crumbs on the floor, the dishes in the dishwasher, the dirty handprints on your couch, all while one kid is crying and the other is quietly getting into something dangerous they know they shouldn't, making you just feel so incredibly spread thin? I have. Have you ever felt your blood boil while your child is throwing a tantrum, making you want to just yell, calm down, or get a grip? I have. I think we all have at some point or another as a mom, and if not, God bless you. That is very impressive. But no, really, I think it's very easy to find ourselves here at some point or another for various reasons in different seasons in motherhood. And if I'm being honest, I can find myself here way more often than I'd like to admit. And I know some of the factors that make me more susceptible to these patterns are things like lack of sleep, poor diet, not enough time in the Word, not enough time with my spouse, lack of physical movement, my period, sometimes even just being too busy. These are all things I need to keep in check. And it's good to know what those things are for you, like your contributing decisions and roads that lead to this place of no bueno for mama. But in today's video, I want to talk about when you're already there and share this verse that has helped me tremendously pull through moments like this. What's funny is I actually already recorded an audio to this video about this verse from a bit of a different perspective, but truthfully I felt convicted to switch up and do it over and come on here with a little bit more just honesty, as I desperately needed this verse today and had to use it in real time to pull myself out of this negative pit that I found myself in this morning. You see, when I'm not keeping those things that I mentioned in check, I can feel dysregulated, tired, and disconnected from myself, from God, or even my husband. And all those things should be vital pillars in my life that I'm prioritizing and investing in regularly. But when I'm not to the best of my ability, the enemy has way more of a chance to get through and poke me with his tactics. I can begin to feel overwhelmed, overstimulated, anxious, insecure, discontent, angry, even self-pity and isolation. But here's the verse that has been an absolute game changer for me recently. And I've been teaching my daughter this verse during her teaching moments, and it's one that I've included in their morning IAMs and scriptures to memorize for a while now, but I've been trying to incorporate it more tangibly recently, and it has been incredibly impactful. It's a classic, Philippians 4:13, and it says, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. It's short and sweet, but also really powerful and profound when you think about it truly. So, as I mentioned before, I've been saying this verse along with a few others to my girls for a while now, and my oldest knows it by heart. But I felt convicted about my lack of teaching actual application. So after a timeout, we go through, the situation that led to it, her decisions, how they were wrong, and what the right choices would have been, what I expected next time, all that jazz. But now I also say, let's pray. And each time we ask God to help us. So I've been saying this, and at her age, she loves to parrot everything I say. So it's been a great tool to distract her from her high emotions and engage with me to the point of listening with the intention to repeat what I'm saying. So we say pretty much this every time, and it's, Dear God, please help me to obey. Please help me to have self-control, and help me to remember that I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And we say it with the same fluctuation of our voice almost every time, and she gets really excited about it. But what's cool is I realize that as I'm praying this with her so many times throughout the week, I have felt convicted, and I'm consciously praying for myself now just as much as I'm praying it for my daughter. And I always tell her, say to yourself, I can do hard things. I can make good choices because I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And I know that if I truly applied that for myself, believing that it is true, which it is, that it would be amazing what all I could do and what all I could overcome through Christ, who is indeed within me and who, yes, really does strengthen me. The same power that raised Jesus from the dead is available to me, and I just have to remember to tap into that. And so I've quite literally stopped myself in my tracks at some exhausted moments where I can feel myself just being snippy. And since I'm feeling some very large things, some untrue things, and I just pause and I'm like, God, please help me to rely on you. Please help me to have self control. Please help me to remember that you are with me and you are for me. Please help me to embrace and embody your peace, your love, your grace, and your joy. And please help me to remember that I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And then I get to work. I make it a point to apologize, to who I need to if I had an attitude with anybody or anything like that. And I drink plenty of water. I make sure that day that I'm in prayer a lot. I get my fresh air and I move my body and do what I can do, as much as I can to have a literal reset, in any way possible. So today, like, I rearranged some toys, I decluttered, I worked out, I had a salad for lunch, and made sure that I spent time, with God in fresh air and rested when I had the chance. So my encouragement to you is say this verse often. Get it ingrained in your head. Like, I've got it ingrained in my child's head. But now we're on to practicing applying it, practicing praying it, and practicing receiving the victory that is promised within it. You can do it. I can do it. Our kids can do it. Not because we're supposed to muster up the strength or willpower, but because God is on your side and He will provide all the strength you need if you ask for it. So I pray that this verse impacts you as much as it has me recently in parenting and in your own personal well-being. If you've made it this far, thank you so much for watching. Please show me some love and hit that like button if you enjoyed it, and comment below what other verses have been encouraging you recently. And if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any future videos. I have a lot that I'm excited to share with you guys. And also so the algorithm sends these videos to any other like-minded women who may want to be a part of what I'm sharing. And yeah, I can't wait to see you guys in the next one. God bless. Bye.